Sports Radio 560 WQAM Miami Fort Lauderdale presents the Neil Rogers Show.
All right.
To talk to Neil, call 567-0560, toll free for Dade and Broward, or pound 560 on your cell phone. The opinions of Neil, his guests, callers, or anyone else on the show do not necessarily reflect the WQAM Beasley Reed Acquisitions or the Beasley Broadcast Group. Now, Neil Rogers on Sports Radio 560 QAM.
In Lakeland. Peter.
Yeah, Randy.
Peter.
How you doing?
I'm all right, darling. How you?
You got that Manny fired, huh?
I got that manified.
Why'd you get fired, you hypocritical?
Oh, it's you, man. Why does Manny Crank call the station? What is his problem?
Teenage girls, they like to dream about men who are gay. The media thought they're safe and non-threatening. They're in the closet and not coming out because their wrists are much too limp. They refuse to accept that of DiCaprio. They're unaware he's a little swish.
Okay.
Yet he's smooth and devoid of all genitals and thinks that girls smell like spoiled fish. Try to make him straight. Try to turn him into a manly man. Try to make him straight. Satisfy your ego, but you know you can't. Try to change me. You're wasting your time. They transformation's a challenge to you. Use your imagination to see if you're the one I do. Try to make him straight. Oh, look out, you silly homo. Try to make it straight. Unless you want to be an old fag hat, try to change me. You're wasting your time. Yes, you can try to change me, but you're wasting your time.
Oh, I love that. I love the way it ends. Anyway, it's 10:02 at 560 WQM, and the big word today is...
No.
What did you say?
No.
Say it again. I have a feeling, based on what I'm seeing and hearing, I think it's going to be one of the great days in the history of our lives.
Well, all right, sports fan.
That's right. Big poll, a call-in poll last night on Channel 7 News, which I never watched, but I was channel surfing, and I saw they were polling it, and the public too. And so even at the track when I got there, I flipped on the TV and there was Channel 7 News, and they milked it right till the very end. From 5 to 7 p.m. they did the polling. They took 83 million calls, and 24% on this idiotic sales tax increase said, and 76% said
No.
Then this morning on Channel 7 News, which again I was watching, because I hate to break the news to you, but they're covering it better than anybody else. Sorry about that, Gary Nelson. They're doing a better job than anybody else, Channel 7. It's embarrassing. So they had some bimbo that one of the polling places in Surfside, not Sunrise. One of the bimbos in the studio was saying, I think she's up in Sunrise. Oh, that's right, Sunrise and Broward. They wouldn't be voting. Right. Good thinking. So anyway, she was in Surfside at 8 o'clock. The polls, of course, opened at 7 this morning, and will be open till 7 tonight. Be sure and vote early and often today. And she said, I've talked to several people, a good cross-section of people here this morning in the first hour of voting, and they have every one of them has voted.
No.
How do you like that? Every one of them.
No.
Not just most of them.
No.
Not just a few of them.
No.
Every single one of them said, how do you like that? I think today is the day that we call the bluff of illiterate people like that Puerto Rican phony Maurice Ferré. Oh, yeah. The former mayor, who was the mayor back in 1980 when they stuck it to you people the first time for the MetroRail. And he's got the chutzpah to get on there the last couple of days and say, oh, of course it's a piece of crap because it only goes 23 miles. It doesn't go anywhere. $2 billion later, he comes on 20 years later and says it's a piece of crap. It doesn't go anywhere. But he was the mayor of the city of Miami back then, telling everybody how great it was. We had all the drug money coming into town, so we didn't have to worry about Reagan's recession because we had all this drug money coming in when they were walking around with the big suitcases of cash buying up VCRs at Omni. Yeah, I remember those days, Maurice, you phony Puerto Rican bastard. You're not fooling anybody. You've heard of bait and switch. This is blade and switch with Maurice Ferré. Just bring back all the old hacks. Merritt Steerheim, Maurice Ferré, the people who've lied to the public in this town year after year after year and made it the toilet that Dade County has become today. They've had the opportunity. They've had the helm for all these years. They've turned it into what it is today. And then, of course, the Herald, another chance just to say to those lying, self-serving bastards over there. Thanks to Norman Brayman, by the way. I mean, Richard Friedman, Dave Slater, thanks to them, but especially Norman Brayman, because him coughing up the bucks there is what made these people possible to put the TV ads on there and the radio ads and actually wake up the public here. I have a feeling a lot of people are going to go out there and vote today. I could be wrong, but you got till 7 o'clock tonight to finally stick it to them and tell them you don't trust them with 50 cents, much less $250 million a year for the rest of your lives. Here's a mobile in Aventura. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
31-year-old Julio, the youngest resident of Aventura.
Yes, sir.
10 years listening to you. I was finally inspired to call today. I just went and voted no.
All right.
Thank you for inspiring me. Thank you for being on the air and pushing this. I'm sick of the BS here in Dade County, and thank you. Have a great day.
And thank you. Thanks for caring enough to send your very best. There's a guy that voted
no.
How do you like that? I have a feeling they're going to take a whooping today. That's my feeling. I don't think it's going to even be close, but don't become complacent. Don't assume that just because Channel 7 did a phone-in poll or because somebody was at Surfside, don't assume that the deed is done. Everybody in Dade County is a registered voter. I heard even Rick and Pud this morning were on there telling everybody vote.
No.
Nice going, guys. Nice book, too, by the way. Oh, and let me just clarify a couple things about the book. Duff is very concerned, psychotic even, about the fact that he had the fall book on as the previous reference instead of the winter book. But it doesn't make any difference. The spring book is the numbers we gave you, and they were right. And as far as Hank is concerned, keep in mind Hank is on 2 to 6, not 3 to 7, and so therefore afternoon drive is delineated, just like us. We're not on 10 to 3, we're on 10 to 2. So you have to wait a few days till we get the computerized stuff in, and Hank may actually have been number one, or at least very close to it there in afternoon drive, and I wouldn't be surprised to see some serious bonus money coming his way anyway. So there you go, Humper, and that Y100 thing, that is the biggest scam. I think after we investigate these local politicians here, let's investigate Arbitron. 25 to 54 men, Y100 number one in the afternoon. Does anybody believe that?
No.
What is it?
No.
Say it again louder.
No.
Oh, that word just keeps coming through my mind all day today.
No.
Yeah, since I got up this morning out of bed, I kept hearing it.
No.
Do you
know
what I mean? Here's a mobile in Hollywood. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I think Broward's in a race to see who could waste more money, them or Dade.
Yeah.
Pig Report, heading east on Hallandale,
Yeah.
almost to 95. I look over. I was heading west. I look over. In the parking lot, there's got to be 15 Broward Sheriff's car.
BS people, yeah.
BS, yeah. One of them standing in the middle of the road, pulling people over for speeding tickets.
Great.
I thought it was a restaurant or a police yard.
Yeah.
There were so many cops in that yard. That
Are they giving out free donuts with every ticket, too?
They must,
at least?
Everybody be warned. Speed
Okay.
40.
Thanks for the warning, pal.
Yep.
God bless you. There you go. Hey, listen, don't think that the people in Broward are looking upon this with very great interest because, quite frankly, we have nothing to lose. It's a win-win situation in Broward. Because if this thing should pass, if they bring enough dead people in late tonight down there in Homestead to put it over the top, which I doubt, but if they did, it's just going to bring a lot more business to Broward County. We say bring it on. But somewhere along the line, you have to have a conscience. Now, I came in this morning, and the guys from the morning show were all there in the hallway. And I said to them, are you guys really pushing to get these people out to vote? And they said, huh? Yeah, how about that dolphin breakfast? How about that dolphin breakfast, huh? In fact, yeah. That's all they were gagging on it. They were choking on that dolphin breakfast. I have a feeling, baby. Of course, don't forget, we're only here till 12:30 today. We got a short show, so we have to make as much impact as possible because we got that stupid, idiotic Marlin game coming up at 12:30 pregame.
Idiotic.
Yeah, who the hell was that scheduled that today in the afternoon on Election Day? 9 minutes past 10 at 560, your highly rated WQAM here. By the way, Waffen been delayed. How do you like that? We're laughing at Waffen and Barry Jackass. We'll get into that.
No.
I want to bang you in the butt, honey.
No.
When I tan, they call me melanoma. I tan until I'm almost in a coma. Hawaii, Miami, and I never ever use any sunscreen. Sun with me, tan with me. Hope you don't mind, I'm a little freckly.
We lie in the sun till we get melanoma. We bake like a bun, you can smell the aroma. Our lights are all on, but there's nobody home. Hey, melanoma!
I spend all day at work planning that when I get off I'll go tanning. I get naked and fake it. How much longer is my skin gonna take it? My astrologist and numerologist have to help me find a dermatologist.
We lie in the sun till we get melanoma. We bake like a bun, you can smell the aroma. Our lights are all on, but there's nobody home. Hey, melanoma! We lie in the sun till we get melanoma. We bake like a bun, you can smell the aroma. We got lumps on our skin bigger than a metrodoma. Hey, melanoma! We don't care if we get melanoma. We got the best tan from here to Arizona. We're glad we don't have genital condyloma. Hey, melanoma!
Yeah, here's the guy that helped suck you into spending $2 billion over the last 20 years for a piece of crap that nobody rides, and he's got the chutzpah, this Puerto Rican hatchet man, to get on there and give us big song and a dance about, well, of course it's a piece of crap, it's only 23 miles, it doesn't go anywhere. Great, thanks a lot, Maurice. How much for education? How much for building roads and improving transportation? How much for cleaning up urban renewal and cleaning up the county could that money have been used in the last 20 years, that $2 billion, for something worthwhile? Instead of another white elephant, just like that stupid little arena that's sitting over there, soon to be very vacant, another white elephant. We got more goddamn white elephants. It's like a goddamn circus without the rings. Waffen delays debut, by the way. Oh, and before I go into that Waffen thing, that editorial in the Herald yesterday, that doom and gloom thing about the economy declines and all these terrible things that'll happen if you vote no today, which you will. I hate to break the news to you. The reason that people don't want to come here, businesses and business people, they've had articles in the last couple of months about how difficult it is for them to recruit people to come to work for businesses here because of the fact that the education system sucks, because the violent crime is a disaster, because the Dade County is a toilet, because generally speaking it's a place for dead people. Other than that, if you take the 10 blocks of South Beach out of there, what do we got? An outdoor funeral parlor and a banana boat home. That's what we got. And all you politicians, by the way, they're going to be licking your wounds at about 9 or 10 o'clock tonight when all these final overwhelming numbers come in. Don't be blaming anybody else but yourselves. You've had the opportunity to do something about all of these things, including the Herald, by the way. Sitting up there on your high horse over the last, God only knows how many years, with your non-group meetings, sitting and deciding and picking, choosing what's supposed to be best for everybody else, but really what's only best for you people. And isn't it interesting, by the way, Carnival raises the assault count. Isn't that Mickey Harrison's cruise line? Last time I checked. 22 rapes among alleged incidents. They disclosed Wednesday that there were even more allegations of sexual assault aboard its cruise ships during a 5-year period than it revealed earlier this month. Here is, talk about rapes, here is a man who's raping Dade County with the assistance of Mayor Pinga. That's the best part, and all the other politicians, including that knife-wielding Puerto Rican Maurice Ferré. That's right. Backstabber. Mickey Harrison, there's the chigger in a woodpile, sucking out, siphoning the blood, all the cash out of Dade County. And they can't bend over fast enough for this guy. They can't open up their rectum wide enough to satisfy him, and with his billions of dollars, and Daddy with his $9 billion of tax-free over there in Israel. What kind of crap is that? I'm going to tell you, it's pretty hard to do, but if you want to look at one guy that makes Wayne Harrison look like Santa Claus, makes Mickey, what's his name? Wayne Hypinga. See, I'm so tongue-tied I can't even get it out. I can't even say it myself because it's so ludicrous, but nevertheless it's true. He makes Wayne look like Santa Claus, this Mickey Harrison. The Dade County rapist, that's what he is. Just siphoning the people and the money out of the economy of this town and doing it with the assistance of all these politicians who are telling you how they're so concerned about you and all these traffic tie-ups, which they helped to create, by the way, and make a hell of a lot worse. Thank you, Mayor Pinga, but the definite word today is no. Waffen delays debut, says Barry Jackass. South Florida's new sports radio station has pushed back its launch date and is mulling changes to its original lineup plan. What do you think of that, huh? Yeah. Now, instead of August 8th, they're thinking about launching August 23rd, maybe August 30th, but Barry doesn't say which year. And wait till you hear about the lineup, which I'll get into later. Give me a break. Starting to look even dumber than usual, Barry, okay, as the Herald continues with their brilliant award-winning journalism. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
This is Mike. I've been listening to you for a long time. I just went and voted at 9:30.
Yes, sir.
Over here off Miller and 102nd Avenue at
right.
this Catholic church.
Uh-huh.
And there was one other guy in there. So you people in Miami, get off your dead ass and go vote. No.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Okay. How do you like that? There's only one other guy in this precinct. You people better get off your asses. You got till 7 o'clock tonight. Don't sit back on your haunches, okay? Because I got a hunch that if you do, that's what they're hoping for. They even admitted the other day that if it's a big turnout, they're screwed. If it's a bigger than anticipated, and of course that's a hell of an admission, isn't it? Because what that really means is that if a sizable number of you come out and vote in Dade County today, that the will of the people will really be done, which is no way, Jose. And don't forget, this isn't just a 15.6% increase in the sales tax in Dade County for now, for roads, it's for your lifetime. It's for the rest of time. It'll never be rescinded. It'll never be rolled back. You can bet your life on it. You can go to the bank on it. And even if they don't wind up, if it should pass, they don't wind up getting all those federal matching funds that they're hoping for, and there's a damn good chance they won't because all these urban areas, even these newspapers had a big spread about that a couple of days ago, all these urban areas desperately trying to chew up that pie. So what happens then? If they don't get the matching funds and can't build that MetroRail, are you going to rescind the tax? No. You're going to be stuck with it forever. So they can, play fast and loose with it and do whatever the hell they want. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
One of the last 7 gringos in Dade County.
All right.
Got up early this morning and went and voted.
No. Excellent.
The word of the day.
Was there anybody there?
There was a bunch of people there, but unfortunately I live in Eastern Shore, so everyone was going across there on their wheelchairs, their walkers. There was about 10, 15 people.
But I bet you those people were all voting.
No.
I'll guarantee you that.
I know at least one of them was when I was walking in. He was walking out saying, just say...
No.
You got it.
Excellent. Nice job, pal.
All right. Have a good one, Neil.
And back to you. Thank you, sir. Yeah, we're getting the vote out today, baby. We're going to preempt that stinking Marlin game. I'm telling you right now. We can't afford the luxury of getting out of here at 12:30. I am so frosted and pissed off about that. Do you believe me? Huh? Do you believe it?
No.
Come on. Sure you do. One day in my life that I would pass on the hour and a half off early. Any other day I'd say, hey, sure, fine. I'll leave here at 10:30 if you want. Whatever, as long as I get paid. I don't care. But on this particular day, it frost my big, fat, old, hairy ass to think that we got to make way for a goddamn meaningless ball game that nobody in their right mind would listen to. Because, of course, we got commitments. We got to pay John Henry, another goddamn billionaire that wants everybody to, cough up the cash to build him a stadium, to build him a play toy. I think the time has come to start saying big time to all these damn rich people and thieves. That's what we got. Rich people and thieves down here looking out. They don't give a crap about us. All they care about is themselves and their own special interest. What the hell do we care if John Henry loses money? Nobody held a gun to his head and forced him to buy the frickin' Marlins after Wayne dismantled them, a horseball minor league team. Nobody forced him to do that. And now everybody and their brother, downtown Fort Lauderdale. Now I see Lauderhill is making a big pitch. Oh, yeah, they want it in Lauderhill over there right by the swap shop. They finally forced the swap shop to build the overpass there. Even though Sheriff Nick, of course, is good buddies with Preston and his hen, they finally forced him to build the overpass so that after years of all the traffic disruptions of it being impossible to get through there on Sunrise, we finally have a little bit of relief there. Now they want to put a goddamn baseball stadium in there in Lauderhill. How do you like that?
No.
See, this is the idea of inconveniencing the masses for the convenience of a very, very tiny select few. That just doesn't get the job done, as far as I'm concerned. That's why the President's Stadium, that's in a perfect location. That's what Joe Robbie thought. That's a great location. Doesn't block anybody, doesn't change anybody's life. Except maybe a few Schwarzers over there, but other than that. And it's right down the road from us here, too. So when you want to go to the Dolphins breakfast, I'm sorry. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
I just voted no about an hour ago.
Great.
Listen, I have a...
How was the turnout at your joint?
Well, it wasn't too bad. I'm probably the 6th gringo left in Miami, but in Miami Springs is a little, I think everybody there will vote no as well.
No.
Good.
I was listening to Rick and Suds this morning. They had a good point. I go over there and I show my voter's registration, but I didn't sign it.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked, the guy gives me a pencil to sign it. And I said,
I've heard them talking about that it's an indelible pencil.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because you can't, and I said, no, I need a pen. He said, no, you can't use a pen to vote.
No, it's an indelible pencil, and it's a special, it's not, I heard them talking about that. David Leahy, who's the elections commissioner, called in, and if you try to erase it, it smears purple, and there's no way to doctor it, so it's okay.
Well,
it's kosher.
You got to the bottom of it already, man.
Right.
Thanks, Neil.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Vote again about 2 o'clock, please.
No.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, once is a good start, but I'd say 2, 3, 4 times would be good just to be on the safe side, because these other people, you know what they're doing? $30 a vote, we heard a couple of days ago. How do you like that? Not that we'd ever have any fraud in election. And let me tell you again, nobody will ever convince me, because I remember it like it was yesterday, like it was 5 minutes ago. Because I know how hard Richard Friedman and the others of us worked feverishly 20 years ago to beat that MetroRail the first time to avoid that $2 billion flushed down the toilet. That was a rigged election. I believe that then, and I believe that now, as Don Corleone once said. And as far as this Mayor Pinga is concerned, he's just a pimp. He's like Tattaglia. He's a pimp. Just keep that in mind. Here's a mobile in Homestead. Hello.
Neil?
Yes, sir.
Hi, good morning. How are you, sir?
Great.
I just left Homestead, did my voting, and I don't want to say the people are old down here, but I'm 48, and I was the youngest person there.
Oi!
But, yeah, they coming up Chrome, they've got big signs that people have painted on, just say no.
No.
Great.
And, yeah, the turnout down here is not really bad. I didn't have to wait in line very long, but there's a couple absentees on the list. There's about 5 people on the list there, and 2 of them were absent.
Okay, thanks. Okay.
No.
And I think that's what he was trying to say, wasn't he?
No.
Yeah, okay. 5670560. Well, they're a little surly down there in Homestead. I'll guarantee you one thing, Mr. Mayor. They're not going to be coming out with the late votes in Homestead to put you over the top this time, are they?
No.
What is it again?
No.
A little louder.
No.
Thank you.
Man, what's up with your ganze Mishpocha?
If you had my bus, would you be a great big song? Is this OT? If your bus could compare with my area, would you make money with your big hands? If it wasn't my bus, would my career be done? And would this song have become #1? Take a look at my room. Tell me if it was tonight. Would I be the star of the movie Out of Sight? Men look at me, and all they see, lying after me. They want to grab it all day. If you had my bus, would you have a limousine with a big fat seat for your high needs? And would you have more cash with a big old safely I stuffed into your jeans? I love my big cheese. If you had my bus, would you have
1031 at 560 WQAM. By the way, congratulations to our sales manager, Luann Winnick.
I just can't stand that slush.
She's the WQAM MVP for the month of June. Anybody agree with that?
No.
Oh, well, that's the word of the day. They can't stop saying.
No.
Yeah, she's the ratings just came out yesterday. Does she have a show on this station?
No.
She got any high ratings?
No.
Okay, but nevertheless, nice going, Screw-Ann.
I just can't stand that slush.
All right. Just mentioned that in passing. I got Carl Heisen's column from Sunday in the Herald out again, which I will read a little later in the show. We've only got 2 hours left, God damn it. What a bunch of crap that is. So we got to move fast. You got to vote at least 3 or 4 times before 12:30, and then after that you're on your own. Here's a mobile in Sunrise. Hello.
Yes, my mother just voted no.
No. Great.
And before I dropped her off, I found all my Ron Duguay memorabilia, finally. So that's 2 happy things.
Right.
So I'm just happy, and I wish I could have voted, but I'm not a resident.
Well, as long as your mama did it, we're happy for her. Thank you, sir. 5670560, pound 560 on a mobile one line. Just say
no.
That's the word today. And you minorities, by the way, you ethnic, well, of course, in Dade County, who knows if you're a minority, whatever you are, all you ethnics. Don't get sucked in there. Don't believe all this baloney about all these jobs. They promised the same crap back the first time. Did the minorities get the job?
No.
Did they get any, like, big boondoggle, any big fallout from this?
No.
All they got was the shaft like they always get. Just take a look at the county. Just take a look at the death and destruction, what it's turned into, the decay. Where's the Herald with all their answers for that? Where have they been all these years? And all these other hacks like that Puerto Rican Maurice Ferré. Huh? Where the hell have they been? Masquerading as something that he's not, a human being. Yeah, well, it was a real piece of crap, you know. What do you expect? Doesn't go anywhere. Well, how come you pushed it back in 1980? You were the mayor of Miami back then, Maurice, you illiterate bastard, you goon, you idiot. Go wander around on the streets of the Bronx. They'll probably kick you out of there, too. Phony baloney. Here's Miami. Hello.
How you doing, Neil?
Yes, sir.
Voted no this morning. No to this bullshot election.
Right.
No to that crook Mayor Limp Pinga.
Right.
No to this pie in the sky waste
Limp
of money.
Biscuit Pinga, right?
It's a joke, and everyone's got to go down there and vote because this thing is going to be fixed. I'm down there, and they've got these yellow cards where you can show up without an ID, say you're whoever you want to say you are, sign swearing that's who you are,
Yeah.
and they let you vote.
Really?
Pinga and his little sidekick, Gloria Steinem, whatever his name is, they're going to be down there in disguises voting 1,000 times. So we got to get out there and stop them.
Yellow cards?
Yes, you can now go down there without an ID.
Yeah. Without any ID?
Without any ID. And you tell them, I'm John Doe.
Yeah.
And I think you have to give the last 4 numbers of your social.
Mm-hmm.
You fill out this yellow card saying that you are who you say you are.
Yeah.
You sign it, so now you've made an oath. Ooh,
Oh,
big
excellent.
deal.
I'm going to be, after 12:30, I'm going to be down there all afternoon.
And in closing?
Joe's going, George, all of us are going down. Yes, sir.
In closing, the Miami Herald, bunch of ass suckers. Today, they said there were going to be 8 mythical lines. It's up there. That number's up every day.
Yeah, they're all in somebody's head. They're all conceptual. They're all in somebody's mind.
Well, I've got a conceptual.
They're all a figment of somebody's imagination.
I've got a conceptual line I'd like to run right up Pinga's ass.
Rectum. You're right. Okay. Nice going, pal.
Thanks, Neil.
Thank you. Yeah, everybody wants to stick their foot in the mayor's
rectum.
It's not conceptual. It's real. How do you like that? Guy from Homestead wanted to go a little bit beyond that. Well, they're pissed off and fired up, and they damn well should be. You know what? Try to pull the wool over their eyes, try to pull a fast election on a day when nobody is here in the dog days of summer, make all these excuses about it. Oh, we got to do it now. We're going to miss out on those. You know, it's amazing that you got a mayor in Dade County who keeps changing his mind. Like some people change their underwear every couple of days. Just amazing. I mean, he's convinced beyond a shadow of a doubt that he's got to do anything to get himself elected to make sure that we don't get slipped the Mickey by that billionaire. And then all of a sudden, as soon as he gets in there, well, you know something? We just made a great deal. It's wonderful. And now the same with this deal. Oh, he was against the sales tax, but then the powers that be can say, this man's just a pimp. Don't you understand that? He's being manipulated by the special interests, the real power brokers in this town. He's just a little pimp. And they're promising him, oh, we're going to make you Senator Pinga, Vice President Pinga, President Pinga, whatever we're going to make you. That's what all the promises are. In the meantime, he just says, okay. Yeah, that's what he says. Whatever you say. All of a sudden, there's this 180-degree turnaround. He turns around faster than Drew Michaels, I'll tell you that. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Anybody remember Drew Michaels?
No.
Gee, that word keeps popping up.
No.
Over and over again. Remember Stan Major?
No.
How about, what's his name? Who was the guy, the motorcycle guy? Jazz McKay?
No.
Here's Miami. Hello.
Woke up at 7:40. Actually woke up at around 7 o'clock, went to the precinct at 7:40, voted no.
No.
Yes?
And they actually made me take my registration card and my driver's license out, so I don't know what that guy's talking about.
And your green card?
Yeah. I went to Miami Beach, about 5 people there. And
5 people?
Yeah, well, it's early.
Pretty early, yeah. They get up late over there.
Absolutely. Anyway, yeah, I went ahead. The question's really interesting, too. It's like, I can't remember the exact words, but basically it's something along the lines like, do you want to abolish the tolls, yada, yada, make all these, they break, the sentence in half, get all these great bullet points of what it's going to do. Oh, and at the bottom, by the way, it's going to be a tax levied against, the goods and services that you buy. And anyway, I stuck out that pin that they have, stuck it in the no little hole, and stuck it deep and hard.
Great.
And gave it to them.
Okay.
All right, thanks.
Nice going, sir. Keep sticking it. That's what we're saying. Stick it to them.
No.
Okay? Don't let them lie again and get sucked in and make a long-term commitment for billions of dollars that are going to go in somebody else's pocket, all these construction, all these plums that their friends want. That's what it's all about. Oh, and somebody was on there, we're going to have 20,000 new jobs. Then the mayor was saying, oh, there's going to be 6,000 or 7,000 new jobs. Yeah, maybe like who the hell knows what it's going to be. It wouldn't be surprising to me if we had more cracked pillars again, just like we almost forgot about from 20 years ago. When they were building the leg there right alongside Dixie Highway, you could drive by there and watch and see the cracks in the pillars. Oh, I think we did a little bit of a bad job there, huh? Then, of course, we got to spend all the money to redo that and reinforce those things. I mean, well, this is so typical of what they do in this town, not to mention the $29 million they started with the airport project out there, and they said, well, we're not going to do it this way anyway. This isn't going to work. But the $29 million of yours is already flushed down the toilet. It's too late to get it back. Down the expensive toilets, with those expensive toilet seats the guy was talking about yesterday. Just say no to just handing over more of your money willingly and being a sucker, and that goes for black and white and Hispanic and Anglo and old and young and in between and undecided. Get with it. Grow up here for once in your life. Yes?
You want anything special from
just whatever he's got. Just tell him to whip up a whole bunch of crap. Okay, we're having a big ratings party and a Just Vote party today. Because confidence is very high, especially after seeing that poll on Channel 7 last night. See, that's the kind of poll I believe, even though it's unscientific, but they were charging 50 cents a call. So anybody, and cheap bastards we got here, anybody that's going to spend 50 cents has got to be highly motivated. So the fact 24% said yes and 76% said no on that Channel 7 2-hour poll last night on their news, that kind of impresses the hell out of me. Because you would think that the yes people would be the one that would want to rig that thing and be calling in over and over again to try to, influence the public. Didn't work out that way, did it?
No.
There's that word again.
Just tell me what your problem is.
What's Gary Hart doing tonight?
Inquiring minds want to know.
That's why inquiring minds read the Miami Herald. Is Maurice Ferré really having sex with an alien from outer space?
It's in the Herald.
Is Paula Hawkins the true mother of the Elephant Man?
It's in the Herald.
Is John Kennedy sleeping with Max Headroom?
It's in the Herald.
Is Jim Baker about to give birth to Jerry Falwell's baby?
It's in the Herald.
Sex, more hot sex.
Oh, it's in the Herald.
Plus, Gary Hart's amazing rice diet from Florida. A crossword puzzle that has no answers. Our own Pulitzer Prizes just for us.
And Pope's love letters to Neil Rogers.
And we're so sorry, Uncle Albert, but we haven't heard a bloody thing all day. Mindless, babbling rhetoric.
It's all in the latest issue of
the Miami Herald. Available at supermarket checkout counters everywhere. And where finer manure is spread.
And by the way, with all due respect to our Puerto Rican friends, all 10 of them. Now, we have a lot of them out there, but the fact is that here we got a guy who's Puerto Rican, which is okay. It's good enough for Ricky Martin and Jennifer Lopez. But nevertheless, masquerading as something else. I don't want to say Cuban. I don't want to say that. Just keep that in mind, okay? When you listen to him talking with that forked tongue of his. So anyway, speaking of Luann Winnick winning the Employee of the Month, the MVP for the month of June, she's obviously doing a spectacular job with the QAM sales department because, number one, we got one to be unnamed, very large, fat salesperson who allegedly is interviewing for a job at Radio Amor. That's number one. Big and fat guy, you know what I'm talking about? And then we just had a rumor slip, a little paper slipped under the door with a play-by-play report of a literal fist fight downstairs on the second floor between Lee Cutler and Gary Sarner, two live Jews at the QAM sales department. Let's hear it. Verbal and physical fisticuffs being hurled back and forth. They're hurling downstairs on the second floor. Our money's on Lee. No, my money's on Gary because he gets me stuff wholesale. Okay, let's go to what is it?
He owes me money.
Who does?
Gary.
No, he doesn't owe you money. The account owes you money. For that
the
appearance you
station
did?
owes me money, and he's responsible for getting it to me.
No, he's not. If the station will owe you money till hell freezes over. He's not going to do anything about it. Just tell him to write you a check. In fact, that's going to be tomorrow. George is going to have a fist fight with Gary Sarner over where's that money for that appearance I did many, many moons ago. Here's a lady mobile in Miami. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I'm a voter in Miami. I voted this morning over in the Falls area, and there were two people there. And I guess the biggest thing that concerns me, I've lived in Miami 20 years, and it is just amazing in the first place that Alex Penelas was even voted into office, and he's a Democrat, and Miami tends to be a very high Republican.
Yeah, but he speaks the right language, though.
Exactly. And I remember, if anybody, I don't have a short memory, but I remember when he was voting against the new arena, and then all of a sudden he gets elected, and now he's all pro-arena. So, I mean, if I really believe that this is going to cut down on traffic, I would pay 5 cents extra because I drive all day.
Mm-hmm.
But this is just crap. And the thing that scares me is the mentality of Miami. The fact of the matter is, most of the people here are voting. They're voting because he's Hispanic, and I don't think they realize the issue.
How do you know that, though?
Well, just to give you an example, I was in a hardware store the other day, and this young Hispanic guy was saying, Alex Penelas and blah, blah, blah.
Okay, see, they're chopping your phone off, sweetheart. I hate to go, but just say
No.
Okay, I would like to have heard what that story was, but nonetheless, they just garbled her phone. They're garbling it. 5-6, probably a commie or conspiracy. 5670560 pound 560 on the mobile one line. They had some Julios in Surfside this morning, and they had voted.
No.
Like I said, the Channel 7 bimbo, she said everyone she spoke to in that first hour in Surfside, each and every one of them said they had voted.
No.
That's what they said.
No.
How do you like that? Here's Sunrise. Hello.
Just a point. Didn't the last half-penny sales tax get all that gold-plated furniture at Jackson Memorial?
That's right.
Okay, that's all I wanted.
You bet. And don't forget about the golden plumbing fixtures for Johnny Jones. That was a few years ago, but nevertheless, more of your money being flushed down the toilet, literally. 5670560 pound 560 on a mobile one line. You can't keep telling us about all the corruption and about all the illegalities and all the fixed elections in Miami and then turn around and expect the people to trust you. The same people, by the way, the Merritt Steerheims and the Maurice Ferrés and all these other grave robbers and Mayor Pinga, who already did the one big lie right in front of your face and make that wicked deal with the devil with Mickey Arison, the rapist of Dade County. Here's Doral. Hello.
Good morning, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I went this morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, pulled my dad out of the house, and we both voted
No.
no.
Excellent.
This afternoon, I'm going to give my girlfriend a ride with her mother and her dad, and they're all going to vote
No.
no. One point I wanted to make. I read the Miami Herald pretty much every day, and I read about how much pride and how much great this is and that. How come now that this penny tax comes around, if you don't vote for it, this place, we're going to...
It's a toilet,
yeah.
The world will come to an end, the sky will fall, and the time will stop.
Yeah, but, well, in closing, Mayor Penelas. No. Thank you.
Okay. Oh, I sure wish we had that. Oh, God, do we have that? Is that on one of the carts back here? Oh, it's in there. Wait a minute. I'll find it. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
No. We got that, don't we?
Oh, it's in there somewhere.
I'll find it during the next break. I'll find it. Oh, that's good. Thank you, sir. That reminded me of that great Ranieri card. I bet you Ranieri's voting.
No.
I know my friend Fat Rich. I saw him at the track last night. He's going to go out and vote today. Everybody I talk to, who are the yes people besides the shills, okay? Besides the hacks. These people that they're promising. And don't forget, you people at FIU, you students out there, 20 years before you're going to see a penny of anything over there, you'll be long gone, if you're lucky, from this area, not just from FIU. So don't believe in this song and a dance about how it's going to cut your tuition down and it's going to do this and that. 20 years before any of that's going to happen. Everybody and their brother is going to get a little piece. This one's going to get this. And you know something? I hate to break the news to all you bus riders out there. This sounds very selfish on my part. Oh, well, we could afford 2 Corvettes. Well, you know something? If you're going to use the buses, you're the ones who should pay for it. Not the other people who don't use
You
them.
bastard.
Just like people that drive, I have no problem with the gas tax because if you're using, or even the tolls, if you're using the roads, you should be the ones paying for them, not people who don't use them. Doesn't that make sense? Makes all the sense in the world to me. Yeah. What a concept. As though the rest of us owe like free bus service to somebody who's like 100 years old, who may have like $80 billion in a bank, huh? I don't want to mention anybody who lives in Hallandale, only she don't ride the bus. Here's Homestead. Hello.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Pretty good.
I got a couple things on the table here.
Go right ahead.
One thing last night, I don't remember what channel it was on the news, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock news, whatever. They had an interview with Alfonso Charde, who is a Herald traffic reporter or whatever, automobile, shill. And they asked him very pointed questions about the this tax and what's being played out right now in this county.
Right.
And he answered honestly, without any editorialization or any bull crap or any of that.
Oh, my God.
Wow. What a concept.
Yeah, it was. It was probably the only unbiased news ever to come out of the Herald newsroom.
Mm-hmm.
Getting back to the Herald, they recommend yes vote. What gives them the right to recommend anything on a vote?
Well, I mean, all newspapers, or most papers, editorialize, take an editorial position for or against in elections. It's an election. So, whether it's candidates or an issue, they have a right to have an opinion, but they certainly don't have a right to lie.
Exactly.
And to try to terrify and scare the hell out of the public, just like they do with casino gambling. And that's the tip-off. If the Herald is for it, that it must be for their own, no, seriously, for their own selfish self-interest, and because they don't give a crap about anybody else.
You're right.
They were also for the first MetroRail, and now they and everybody else will tell you it was a waste of $2 billion.
Well, I was totally against it back when that crap.
You bet.
All right, where was the sample ballot this time? Did I miss it in the paper?
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
Very good point.
Do we know what this goddamn thing reads?
Yeah, well,
we get into the voting
somebody
booth?
will fax it to me again. I'll read it, but somebody will fax it again. But yeah, that's a good point. Usually every election,
Exactly.
It's very prominent in both newspapers. You're
Exactly.
right. Okay, thanks, pal.
Yes, sir.
See ya. Yeah, that's a good point.
No.
Right. 5670560, pound 560 on a mobile one line. I'm sure somebody's got the sample ballot wording out there, and they'll fax it. I had it here the other day, but of course, why the hell hang on to that? It's too depressing. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Hey, Neil, good morning, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I'll give you a good idea who's voting yes. My parents and a bunch of about 100 old farts were herded into a school bus this morning.
Oi!
And they've been brainwashed, man. They're all voting yes.
Oi!
Let's hope that's not happening all over the place. We're going to be in trouble.
They
man.
were
Big
herded onto buses?
Yes, sir. They belong to some community activity, civic crap center, whatever, Little Havana crap. And I just came to find out last night. Out of curiosity, I asked them, and he said, yeah, we're going with all, like all the 100 blue hairs in there and voting yes. So just let's cross our toes and our fingers and everything else, man.
Maybe the bus will get lost.
Yeah, one more thing. I had to drift into one of the not-so-better parts of town today, and I happened to drive in front of a polling place.
Yeah.
They had about 15 little Schwarzes with Vote Yes T-shirts on, believe it or not.
Isn't that correct?
White with green lettering, my friend. And one more thing before I go.
Yes, sir.
Alex Penelas, hijueputa!
Okay. 5670560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. This guy's a little bit pissed off and fired up, right? Yeah. In fact, don't forget, anything where you got a positive answer, they just say, don't say, no, don't say that. That's a bad word today. Just say, that's better. Now, that word we like a lot. Yeah, they're rounding them up. They're rounding all the little lackeys up that they made all these promises to, and free bus rides, and free this, and free that, and we'll bring you $1 million in cash, and then McMahon will come and have coffee with you, and all this other crap's going to go on, yeah. Not much we can do about those bastards. We're talking to the living and breathing thinking people that know that aren't that gullible and senile anymore, that have been around the block a few times. Here's Miami Beach. Hello. Boy, these buttons, I'm telling you, I think it's a conspiracy. It's a commie plot. Miami Beach, hello.
Knocking. Hello?
Yes, sir.
I was an advocate for knocking down the toll booths early on, and I'm still an advocate for that. And but this system is ridiculous. And obviously, you're doing a great job.
Yes, I am.
But I want to caution the voters out there, or the potential voters, to get out there and vote. We talk about these people that are going to get on buses as if they're, they're Julios or whatever. But they're going to go out to the voting booth and they're going to vote, and they're going to vote yes.
Yeah, they're obviously they're feverishly spending all their time rounding up all of their lackeys, and they're going to make damn sure they get every one of those votes in there. So the people can sit on their ass and call Channel 7. That's easy to do. Make a phone call who are against it, but you also have to make the extra effort of going out there and doing it today.
Exactly. Tomorrow morning we'll be saying, well, how did this happen?
Right.
Because
That's
those
right.
couch potatoes did nothing.
Amen.
Let me also point this out. The people in Kendall and Sweetwater, it's cost effective for them to vote yes. And those people are going to go out there because it may be cost effective for them, and they may save money every year. Plus, they won't have 2 toll booths when they're driving downtown to work.
Yeah.
The people in the rest of the county, please don't sit on your butts. Get out there. Those people, they're our friends, they're our neighbors, but they're going to do what's best for their pocketbooks. And we've got to do what's best for all of our pocketbooks.
Okay, pal. Thanks.
Thank you.
See ya. As far as the people in Kendall, you've already got your MetroRail, and probably most of you aren't using it anyway, in addition to which, stop and figure it out. The tolls over the period, the extra toll over a period of a year or each year, as opposed to how much more you're going to spend in sales tax. And in most cases, it's not even close. Just a couple of major purchases, and you've already exceeded what's going to cost you, even if you drive toll roads both ways every goddamn day of your life. Just take a pencil and one of those indelible pencils and figure it out. 3 minutes before 11 at 560, WQAM, your negative station for today only. We just say anything you want, just today.
Heard you're hot Puerto Rican, that's okay. I heard your fans all like your song and your buns. Your Latin rhythm we dance to, don't change it, son. No, that would not be very smart. Ricky, don't lose that rumba. You know it's the beat that really sells. Set your voice to reggae and you sound like hell. Ricky, don't lose that rumba. And believe me, you've been warned. If you ever decide to go country, then your career's gone.
11:03 at 560 WQAM. So Carl Hyson writes in this last Sunday's Herald, of the Sunday morning, transit plan hides money pit. This is one of the great columns ever written in the history of this town, because most people in this town have got balls the size of a BB, if any at all. He says, before you ride, drive, or walk to the polls July 29, remember a few things about the transportation plan that Miami-Dade Mayor Alex Penelas is so exuberantly promoting. First and foremost, it's a MetroRail tax. A penny will be added to every dollar you spend at the store, and the bulk of that extra tax will go toward new elevated train tracks. Estimated cost as much as $100 million per mile. That's not a typo, $100 million per mile. The barnstorming mayor doesn't dwell on the MetroRail part of his plan due to the fact that MetroRail is an ongoing flop. No politician wants to be seen as throwing good money after bad, especially the public's money. So Penelas is wisely focusing attention on the less whimsical aspects of his proposal, expanding bus services, yanking out toll booths on 4 expressways, freeing up more funds for needy causes. These are good things that'll bring out eager voters. The issue of MetroRail will bring them out too, though mostly on the opposing side. It's not that people hate the idea of trains. What people hate is waste and inefficiency and insurmountable debt, the trademarks of MetroRail and many mass transit projects. History teaches several unhappy lessons. 1, it'll cost billions more to build MetroRail than they say. 2, it'll take years longer to complete than they say. 3, far fewer commuters will ever ride it than they predict. And 4, somebody will make a fortune off the construction. That's one reason Penelas was able to quickly raise more than $1 million in private funds to help sell his plan on TV. For some companies, MetroRail won't just be another project, it'll be a lifetime stipend. The money will never dry up. That's the beauty of a sales tax. It's like a giant straw that just keeps on sucking. But the mayor says, come on, people, trust us. Don't worry about incompetence, mismanagement, or corruption. Not in Miami-Dade government. Right. These are the same bright bulbs who once paid $2 per foot for 97 miles of road striping that was never even done. Nobody even bothered to drive out and check. The non-work was part of a juicy $58 million package awarded by the county commission to Church and Tower, a construction firm headed by the late political bully Jorge Mascanosa. Gee, you don't suppose Church and Tower might get a piece of the new MetroRail action? If not, it's only because they're out-muscled by other companies with craftier lobbyists. Correctly perceiving a trace of cynicism among scandal-weary voters, Penelas has proposed a citizens' oversight board to keep an eye on each penny collected and paid out from the new transit tax. It would be a grand thing if that actually worked. It would be even grander if the new rail links were finished on time and under budget, and if commuters in droves abandoned their gas guzzlers for the train, and if MetroRail actually wound up breaking even. Such a thing has never happened in the annals of modern U.S. transportation. It won't happen here either. By the time the final chapter of the MetroRail saga is written, Mayor Penelas will be Congressman Penelas or Governor Penelas or more likely Grandpa Penelas, and few will recall his role in the penny tax. He might choose not to recall it himself. If the transit tax passes, hope for the best. Hope for new buses and less traffic congestion. Hope for new trains that run on time and actually go where you need to go. Hope that every new highway has got stripes down the middle. In other words, hope for a miracle. says Carl Hyacin in Sunday morning's Herald. Of course, that's buried deep inside there on the local page, not on the editorial page where it should have been, if they had any balls and really cared about you folks who live here, which they don't. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello. Mobile in Miami. 23 minutes later. And they're still diddling with themselves. Okay. Hope you're having a good time. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Here's Miami Lakes. Hello.
That's a great article.
Yes, it is.
I just got back from voting no.
No.
I can't stand this Penelas. He has done nothing but just stab us
He's
in
a
the
liar.
back.
He's a little frickin' liar is what he is.
And I fell for him the first time. I voted for him because I thought he was going to keep that arena out of there. But, I mean, the next day he just turned around and just stabbed us in the back, and I hope that today we can finally stab him in the back.
Okay, pal. Good job.
Take it easy.
Thank you. Let's see. Here's an urgent fax. It says, couldn't get through on the telephone, and somebody hasn't mentioned yet. My wife and I both noticed when we voted, they voted, no, of course, that the ballot form was a little long, and unless it was perfectly secured over the pegs, a no vote would wind up being a yes vote. We use different machines, so it must apply to all the voting machines. Please pass the word along to those who haven't voted yet. Make sure your thing is on there tight and the ballot, too, so that when you stick it in there, the hole is in the right place. Can we say that on the air now?
No.
Oh, okay. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Marlin game at 12:30. Excited about that?
No.
Boy, what a disaster that is, huh? Here's a mobile in Pompano. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is Van calling from Pompano.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm calling about this game you guys are going to have on today. Why are we playing this Marlin game? Why we got it on the air?
Why we got it on the air?
Yeah, why are we
Because we have no choice, because they got a contract with this bozo and they have to put it on the air. Because we're paying all this money for the rights to put it on so we can blow most of the audience away.
It's crazy. Can you do me a favor, Neil?
Yes, sir.
Do you have that skit about Barney taking a crap?
Yes, I do.
Can you play that for me, please?
I'll work on it.
Thank you.
We'll feed some lunch from Pizza Loft to Barney. That should do the job. 56705, real fast too. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. The audience is just saying,
no.
And they're not too happy about that Marlin game either, are they?
No.
They're pretty fired up and pissed off about that, and well, should they be? Bunch of swill. But this is a radio station where ball games are more important than whether we are alive or not. That's the problem with this whole deal here. We got fist fights down there. Maybe we could have Rick Weaver bring him back, do a play-by-play on the fist fight between Lee Cutler and Gary Sarner down there and the sales department. Let's hear it.
Oh!
Bring back old Howard Cosell. Maybe Charlie Alfieri can make him look a little better. Fix up that gigantic bald spot. Okay, 11:14 at 560 WQAM. That's what they're trying to do today. Drop a big one right on our heads, but I don't think it's going to happen. Although it's a little disturbing to hear about those boatloads and busloads that they're bringing. That's what they're doing. Busloads of old people and boatloads of illegal aliens. That's what they're bringing down to the polls to try to put this one over on you. Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Great.
To me, this looks like another case of just Schwarzes being Schwarzes. I don't understand why any of them would want a tax increase. It's going to affect them the most. Another 15% increase on everything they buy.
Right.
Why would any of them be for it?
Because they've been promised by people like Willie Logan and Kerry Meek and other Uncle Toms, promised all these jobs, which they're not going to get, and promised the moon with cream cheese on it. It's not going to happen. So all you Schwarzers out there, just say, no. And don't get conned again, okay? How many times can you get lied to and you still, go out there, oh yeah, whatever you say, man. Start growing a pair, baby. That's what it's all about. Start growing a pair and just say, no. To all the liars out there. Show them you're not as stupid as they think you are. And that goes for everybody in this town. Including the Julios. Oh yeah, Mayor Penis, he's Cuban, therefore all the Cubans are going to go. Well, first of all, the poll showed it was almost even Steven with the Cubans. It's the other Hispanics that we're worried about. That was so lopsided in that poll, you have to wonder who the hell those people are and what they're putting in their breakfast stuff. 5670560, pound 560 on their AT&T wireless line. Where are we going? Here's Miami. Hello. Miami.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
First-time caller, long-time listener. You're the voice of reason in this town. I voted no myself, but I tell you what.
No.
I think it's a lost cause. I was
Why is
astounded. Well, I've been reading the paper for 2 days that to prevent fraud, they're going to ask for a picture ID to prove who you really are. I went down there with my 83-year-old ragged old yellow voter registration card.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been anyone's card. They never asked me for no ID.
Really?
And,
So
yeah.
it all depends what precinct you're voting at, and they're just lax and loose at a lot of places, and they don't give a crap. And as usual, it's another horseball election here.
Right, well, it's a banana republic here, and this election is fixed probably just like all the rest of them, and we're going to end up with miles of tracks of MetroRail that we don't need.
When you go about 3:15 and vote again, let me know if they do it again.
Okay, Neil, and in
Okay.
closing, shake it loose.
Okay. It's the spokesman. He says, don't shake it too hard, though. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Maybe we'll hear from some people that they got offered some money for a vote, huh? That wouldn't surprise me. It started at $30 a couple of days ago. They're probably so desperate now after seeing that Channel 7 poll, they got it raised up to $100 a pop. And like I said before, even if they promise you money for a yes vote, just take the money and say, okay, I'll go in there and do it, and then vote no anyway, is the way to do it. Just make sure they're not looking over your shoulder. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, Neil. I think the kilo tax is very good for la Wawa.
Yeah, okay, great. Whatever you say, man. Whatever you say. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Morning, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I'm a Cuban American. I was leaning to vote yes for it, but after listening to you and reading and seeing the little squirt on the TV,
No.
My whole family, 4 of us, are voting no.
All right.
No.
Great.
And I wanted Commissioner Soto sent us a letter yesterday saying he changed his mind, a 3-page letter saying to vote no on it, that it would not work.
Great. Excellent.
All right, Neil.
Nice going, pal. I'll leave it
you.
there, Chief. Thank you. There you go. You see, they're waking up right here at the end. In fact, you could see the difference in the poll in June where they had the public just conned big time because nobody was really speaking against this too much. And all of a sudden, a month later here in July, the last poll that was in the paper, they're dropping like a rock. Dropping like a rock. And when you come to the public and ask them to impose another, more taxes on themselves, especially for dubious benefits, if they ever get billed anyway, and especially for ever and ever, most of them, with the track record these people have got, are going to say, no way. Give me a break. Who are you kidding? You can't trust corrupt people with $250 or $60 million more a year to play with as they want, including the $103 million that they're handing out to all these other organizations, all these cultural snobs to do their bidding. What a bunch of crap that is. Who are, by the way, breaking the law, just like Richard Friedman pointed out in all his letters he sent out, breaking the law by lobbying on behalf of a partisan ballot issue. Don't confuse them with the facts, because that's not the way we conduct elections and campaigns in Dade County. Forget about the laws. We'll do whatever the hell we want to try to put one over on the public. Here's Miami Springs. Hello.
Hello, Neil?
Yes, sir.
How are you, sir?
Great.
Hey, man, I felt a little weird going over there and voting no.
No.
I did, but I had to go inside a retirement home to vote.
Boy! Yeah.
Exactly. All these old ladies screaming, yes, yes, yes.
Really?
I told them, suck my... Well,
Uh-huh. Okay, thank you. And then they said, that's when they said,
no.
Yeah, damn it.
He was going to say Schwantz.
Yeah, no, he was not going to say that. He don't know Tommy, he don't know Schwantz from Tommy Wants. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hello, hi, Neil. How's it going? Good
Okay,
afternoon.
sir.
All right, I just wanted to let you know I'm an FIU student, and they're trying to feed us a whole bunch of crap over there on campus in the newspapers and in the media and trying to tell us how great it will be for the school and the university, but I don't think most students are buying it. Most of us went down this morning to vote no.
No.
Excellent.
So I don't know what they're trying to get out of it, but supposedly they got promised a whole bunch of money from the government.
20 years from now. I hope most of you aren't going to still be students at FIU in 20 years. You're really going to have some serious problems.
Yep, I hope not. Well, take care.
Nice going, pal.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. There you go. FIU says,
no.
How do you like that? We got Julios today who say,
no.
We got old people who say,
no.
Young people.
No.
567-0560. We got another hour and 8 minutes to go before that god-awful ball game. Jesus, I feel like I'm being had today. I feel unclean. I do. I feel smarmy with that damn Marlin game, even being associated with it. 567-0560, pound 560 on the 18. By the way, Hank will be on right after the game at about 4:30, or hopefully sooner than that, until 6. And Mad Dog Mandich at 6 o'clock.
Yes!
And Ed Kaplan from the Princess Casino over there plunging his brains out tonight. Doing that evil thing, gambling in a casino. We know how evil that is, right? All you assholes at the Herald, right? Evil.
Uh-huh.
Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Hello, Neil?
Yes, sir.
Hey, how you doing today?
Great.
here's another Cuban that's going to say no. I'm heading to the polls right now.
All right.
And let all of those out there that are thinking of not going to vote, don't cry tomorrow, because these politicians, they're hoping for a low turnout so they can sneak this on us.
Right.
Another 15%.
We get a 30% turnout today. This thing is history.
But hey man, that's a fallacy that Cubans are going to vote yes because this guy's Cuban. Because there's a lot of us that do have brains in here, and we're going to be we know what they're going to be doing with our money, which is the same thing they've always done.
Right.
Nothing.
That's right.
All right.
Nice going, pal. Thanks.
Thank you.
See ya. There's a Cuban who said,
No.
How do you like that? A big, fat, resounding.
No.
That's what he says. 5670560. George is making guttural sounds in the other room. All right. 5670560 and pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's a mobile in Davie. Hello.
Neil, God.
Yes, sir.
I used to live in Washington, D.C., and we had a nice socialist government there run by a guy named Maurice Ferré.
Mm-hmm.
And he pulled something like this at one point. He decided to increase the revenues by creating the biggest gas tax in the area.
Yeah.
What happened was everybody who worked in
but
D.C.
you got to have a lot of spare cash for that white powder. But anyway.
Everybody who worked in D.C. wound up running just over the D.C. line. D.C. is a little postage stamp about 10 miles square.
Right.
They'd run right over the line into Maryland and into Virginia to buy their gasoline because it cost less. And what wound up happening was, even though they increased their tax, they wound up lowering their revenue and just about bankrupting all of their gasoline merchants in D.C. And one thing about this tax is, I think what they're going to do is they're going to screw all the retail merchants in Dade County, because anybody who has the ability to go drive into
Broward.
Into Broward is going to wind up doing the shopping there, saving a point and a half.
Wouldn't it make sense to you? I see the other day that Mayor Pinga, he's in there whining and dining in the North Miami Chamber of Commerce. Wouldn't it seem to you that anybody with any Chamber of Commerce types in Dade County would tell this guy to get lost? I mean, the Chamber of Commerce is supposed to be representing business. This is the worst thing for business they could possibly be doing.
Well, I don't know about that. I've got an interest in a business in Broward. As far as I'm concerned, everybody vote yes.
Okay. Good luck, pal. Okay. Like I said, we live in Broward. It's a win-win, no matter how you look at it. It pays to live in Broward. You know what I'm saying?
Broward!
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
You know they shelved study that instead of expanding the rail system, it would have been better to expand that downtown rail line they have.
Yeah.
They could have ran it in the 3-tier section right up I-95 and ran it out into Ballard and in every neighborhood out there and ran it even out until down south,
Mm-hmm.
And they refused to listen to it. And they could have used what they call solar reflectors on top of the trains to save money on electricity and everything.
Right.
In some way, man, the county threw that suggestion out, and they got some money guys want to use the train.
So I hope you're voting
no.
Hey, man, I voted no, but I put a special notation on the ballot. Neil.
Yeah.
I said to run the rail between Neil Rogers' legs and run the train up the choo-choo.
Oh, okay, there you are. How come I had a feeling he was some kind of a moron, huh? 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. How come I had that feeling? You know what I'm saying? That he was going to go and lose it at the last second. Here's a lady in the Gables. Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, Neil.
Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to let you know, this is another Cuban, and I took my mother early. We went, voted no.
All right. Excellent.
So, and the family is also going to vote no.
No.
Okay?
Beauty. Nice going, sweetheart.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hasta que your meters. Nice going. Cubans voting.
No.
How do you like that? That doesn't sound too good, Mayor Pink. It doesn't sound too promising that you're going to pull the wool over these people's eyes. Just because you're running around going, trying to give everybody the business. Just keep in mind, this is the same guy who came on television about 3 Mondays ago and said, great, I'm glad that all these increased tolls on those roads got everybody all psychotic and we had all this traffic jam and everybody got sweated up and worked into a frenzy. I'm glad because now maybe they'll be frustrated enough to vote yes on this damn fraudulent tax. This is what he says. They come right out and tell you. They slap you in the face, just like that Puerto Rican ex-mayor of Miami, Maurice Ferré, saying, oh, yeah, well, the MetroRail, okay, is a piece of crap because it only goes 23 miles. It doesn't go anywhere. Those are his exact words. It doesn't go anywhere. And he was the mayor of Miami back in 80 when they put this piece of crap over on the public, a $2 billion waste flushed right down the toilet. And he sits there and looks you in the face with that stupid look on his puss, and has the gall to slap you right upside the face on one side or the other and tell you it's a piece of crap because it doesn't go anywhere. Thanks a lot, Maurice. And where's all that drug money, by the way?
It is so huge.
This week on 48 Hours, what has caused seemingly normal people to erratically alter their behavior? We'll take a closer look at a new language emerging in America.
Welcome to McDonald's, may I take your order?
Hey, groovy, baby.
We have a nice Pergo laminate floor, or you could go with a tight tile carpet.
How about a shag, baby? Can I buy a shag now, or can I buy a shag later?
Hello, Mrs. Winthrop, may I take your hat?
Do I like you horny, Jiggins? Do I?
This week, America under the control of Austin Powers. Up front on 48 Hours.
Take a month, groovy, baby.
So how do you like this? It's a real celebration, ratings party, and a vote party today. So Jeff Cohen brings in like real silverware and real china and the whole deal. Nice going there, Jeff. And Jeff Cohen, by the way, says be sure and vote.
No.
Doesn't he? That's what he says. In fact, he's going to take a whole bunch of illegal aliens down here to Dade County today just to make sure they vote 3 or 4 times to counteract the other side. Here's Miami. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
You know that even though no one were to ride the MetroRail, they would still have to run it?
Yeah.
Because the federal government stipulated when they gave them the matching funds years ago, back in the 80s,
right,
that even though it runs at a deficit, if they shut it down, they have to pay the federal government back all that money that the government
Oh, yeah. In fact, you can, I remember the early days when I used to work down there on Ludlam Road on Old W. Snooze,
right,
and you could drive by there on Dixie Highway and see the empty trains going back and forth. I mean, absolutely empty, not just light, but nobody on them at all. They're going back and forth. It was eerie.
Yeah, so no matter what happens, they got to run those trains. And, Neil, here's another Hispanic, Cuban-American who voted.
No. All right. Nice going, pal. He voted no. He's part of Generation
No.
That's what that Generation Enye stands for. No. Isn't that what Bill Dreck said?
No.
Oh, yeah, of course, he's an establishment type. He's probably out there trying to hustle up a few yes votes because he wants to suck up to the money people, you know, Bill Dreck. He's probably even saying it out loud. Here's a mobile in the Grove. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Pretty good, sir.
Yeah, I went to go vote today in the Grove, and in front of the fire station, there's a lot of construction going on, so all the meters are covered up.
Right.
And I parked right in the front, and the guy told me to just park there. So the cops were switching, you know, from one duty, I guess, to another. I get a ticket, and I go, what's this for? And he goes, well, you're not allowed to park here. I go, well, I'm voting. He goes, oh, okay. He goes, well, just take it to court, and I'll tell him that, because I can't tear up the ticket. So, you know, I go, so I'm voting $22. I'm parked right in the front. He goes, well, you took too long. I go, well, they couldn't find my name in the register.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I got all pissed off. I go, you know what? It doesn't matter. And then also when I was reading the ballot, it makes it sound like it's all tolls. It says all expressways, all tolls being removed.
Yeah.
But most people don't, you know, when they read that, they don't know that it's not the Turnpike one.
It's not the Rickenbacker Causeway one. It's not the Turnpike one. It's not the Sawgrass one. It's only those 4, and those tolls are going to come back in a couple of years anyway.
Yep, and then it says
not to mention all the other ones that they're going to build.
Yeah, like 15 million miles or some ridiculous amount, large number of buses and all that. It's just the way it's written. It can confuse some people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, all they got to do is keep one easy thing in mind.
No. Yep, that's all I did. No.
Okay, nice going, sir.
Thanks.
And don't do that again. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. We're only 55 minutes away from the Marlin game. Boy, that's a real stinker, isn't it? That a stinker?
Uh-huh.
The worst thing that could ever happen in this town is they stick a Marlin game on a Thursday right here out of nowhere in the middle of the daytime. One of the most disgusting, communist-inspired events in the history. What is all of this? Jesus Christ. Brings me a platter of food that weighs 42 pounds, yes?
Chicken francese.
Chicken francese, yes?
Sausage with
Sausage
mozzarella.
with mozzarella.
Meatball
Meatballs, onions, sauce, cheese, the whole deal. Nice going there, Jeff. Pizza Loft is doing it for us. We're having a big party to celebrate those great ratings that came out unexpectedly yesterday. Oh! So we're all dancing around. Maybe that's why Gary Sarner had a big fist fight with Lee Cutler downstairs. That's what Jeff Cohen told me. Anyway, where we're going, I would have paid admission to see that. I bet you most of the people in this building would have paid admission to see that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you bet. In fact, let's go down and check out the bloodstains. Do some DNA testing. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hi, I'm calling basically to say that I voted no.
No. Great.
I'm another Cuban American. Actually, I prefer to call myself an American of Cuban descent.
Right.
The other thing I wanted to tell you about was I know it's a little bit late, but those Cuban roadblockers, if they wanted to make themselves useful,
yeah,
they should block the toll booths, and maybe they should block the voting booths for all these old farts that are going to vote yes.
All right.
And one last thing I wanted to say that you might want to record to use as one of your drops. It's an old Army saying, you shake it more than once, you're playing with it.
Okay.
All right, Neil. Bye-bye.
See you. Okay, there you go. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. He said, shake it, but not too loose, is what he said. Too loose left tracks. In fact, that was the problem with the first MetroRail like they built down there on Dixie. Too loose left tracks. Boy, great lunch from Pizza Loft today, by the way. Man, heavy duty, good stuff. Here's Coral Springs. Hello.
Yes, Neil.
Yes, sir.
One of the things that we have to be careful of, although we're in Broward, we can't be apathetic, and we need to encourage our Dade counterparts to vote. Because I've lived in other areas of the country that, like, when tax hits the New York City area, all of a sudden that same tax rate became the tax rate in Nassau
It
and Suffolk
spread like
counties.
a cancer, yeah.
So these politicians work in concert with each other. So although Miami's going to go, or could go, if this tax passes, God hopefully it won't, to 7.5%, all of a sudden we in Broward are not going to be enjoying the luxury of 6%. It's going to pop up there too over time.
Could be.
So we've got to be very careful, and we can't be apathetic. Whether we have businesses or we work with associates, we need to make sure that they vote no because we can't right now.
Okay, good point. Thanks,
Bye-bye.
pal. 567-0560, pound 560. Even those of us who live in Broward say,
No.
even though it would be good for some businesses, we don't want to be too selfish, do we?
Uh-huh.
Well, speak for yourself. I'm not in retail. 567-0560 and pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. 22 till noon at QAM. Don't forget, after the ball game, the Hank Goldberg Show. Hank will be pounding away on the, I guarantee you that. Won't he?
No.
Yes, he will. And then Mad Dog Maddox will be saying at 6 o'clock. Of course, Ed Kaplan, he's one-dimensional.
And beat that gator meat.
He was America's golden boy, the one who could have been, but never was, and really didn't want to. Oliver Stone brings to the screen the tragedy that shocked the nation. JFK Jr., starring Will Smith.
Yo. JFK Jr., 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 yo. JFK Jr., yo. JFK Jr., yo. JFK Jr., yo.
Whoa. JFK Jr., also starring Joe Pesci.
He was an enigma. He was like a sausage wrapped in a cockpit. All right, so whatever the it was. Hey, we're all fidgety. We do but me.
Will Smith stars as JFK Jr. You'll watch it, sauntering into a theater near you. The one with the lights on. You know, so you can see better.
Yeah, sure. We gonna go see that?
No.
17 till noon at 560 WQAM. That's the big word for today, baby.
No.
No matter what language you speak.
No.
Here's Colin Kendall. Hello.
Neil?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi. We just came back from voting, Neil. We live in Kendall.
Right.
And there was about 8 people in there voting.
Uh-huh.
And as I got out of the car, I said, vote no.
No.
People turned around and kept looking at me, but I didn't care. Okay, one other thing.
Well, what does that mean?
Well, I mean, I was telling everybody to vote no.
No, but I mean, what does it mean that they turned around and looked at you?
Well, like I was screaming it, you know.
Oh, I see.
Shut up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But seriously, you know, I didn't hear anybody talking about the busway. What about that busway, which costs so much money and nobody rides it?
Right.
So that's a big, there you go. There's our money spent, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now they're raising the tax rate on, a penny and a half, okay? Now, living in Kendall, you take the turnpike, okay? You get on a Kendall Drive, go to Bird Road. It takes you an hour, from anywhere from 7 o'clock in the morning through 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And then you go, if you want to go to Calder or to the stadium, It'll cost you $375, okay? So where are these people coming from that say that, oh, well, we'll save the tolls because they're only taking down 4 toll roads and they're not here on the turnpike?
Right.
And
never will. First of all, they don't have the authority to do anything with the turnpike. It's a state highway. The Metro Commission can't do anything about the turnpike.
So what are they talking about?
And how come they're lying about the Rickenbacker Causeway? That's a Dade County highway. What are they lying about that one for? The toll's not coming down.
Exactly right, Neil. So better get out there and vote no.
No.
And you've done a great job, Neil, and we thank you for it.
And thank you, sweetheart.
Okay, bye-bye.
Good work. Okay, there you go. Some more for you. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Neil, I wanted to talk about the Miami Herald. They have the goal to say that we should vote yes when the Miami Herald does. When you buy a newspaper, unless you buy it at a 7-Eleven or a Walgreens or retail place, you don't pay any sales tax.
Right.
And you buy it in a corner or you buy it a subscription, you don't pay any sales tax. So they have some goal to say, let's raise the sales tax. It's not going to affect them, number one. Number two, years ago when they passed, the state passed a law that they pay sales tax on services, they thought that it should not include advertising. I remember that they went to court and they had a whole rigmarole.
Right, I sure do.
Thought to have it reversed.
Mm-hmm.
So when it touches them, sales tax is no good. But if it touches everybody else,
that's right. When they have to pay it, it's bad. When we have to pay it, it's good. Very well said.
I just want to mention that.
Just say to the Herald. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Everybody in this town hates for the Herald, right?
Uh-huh.
Even the people that work there hate them like poison.
Uh-huh.
I don't know one person in this town who likes the Herald. Do you?
No.
Not one. I get it only because I got to read it because I'm doing this horseball radio show. Other than that, I would tell them get lost in a heartbeat. But everybody, I mean, if you're that stupid and you've lived here more than 5 minutes and you believe anything that those grave robbers have to say to you, those virulent anti-Semites, those virulent panderers, if you believe anything they have to say, then you need serious psychiatric assistance. Okay? Okay? Okay! Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello?
Hi.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Neil. My birds like the Herald. That's the bottom of their cage.
Mm-hmm.
There are two other expressways.
I got news for you. Most of the birds I know hate the Herald, too. They don't want it anywhere near their cage.
Well, most
of them get wicked diarrhea when the Herald goes in the cage.
Mine are Cuban birds. They don't read English.
Oh, there you go.
Anyway,
they'll probably read El Herald.
There are two causeways, Broad Causeway and Venetian Causeway.
Right, and I forgot about that one. Well, it's under construction, right.
Radio Mambir report. If you vote no, you're voting in favor of Fidel Castro. Now you will say, how is that? Because our dear mayor is Cuban American, and any defeat to a Cuban American politician in Dade Castro is a vote in Dade County is a vote in favor of Castro.
Okay, that goes.
How do you like that?
That goes to show you the kind of stupid people and irresponsible people we're dealing with in the Spanish language media in this town. They should be in jail for that.
Well, you know something. This to me is a referendum, not only in the penny, but it's a referendum in our local politicians. God bless you, Neil.
And thanks so much. And by the way, I hear Castro's in favor of it. I don't want to start playing the same game they're playing over there on Radio Mambi, but let's fight fire with fire, okay? I hear a rumor that Fidel is voting yes today.
Everybody's going to go shopping in Cuba.
Fidel, that's right. Fidel wants everybody and their brother to vote yes today. So if you like Fidel, you vote yes. If you hate him like poison, be sure and vote several times. The ganze Mishpacha, okay, even if you don't know what that means.
No.
Here's a lady mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hey, how are you today?
Great.
I'm calling about, you made a good point about the businesses not relocating down here.
Right.
If I'm not mistaken, didn't Knight Ritter pull out of Miami and move there?
They're in California, in Silicon Valley.
Yeah, so they, what difference does it make to them if this passes? They can sit there and, like the guy said, they don't pay taxes on it anyway.
Yeah, if it's so great here, and if under their leadership the last 100 years, things have developed so brilliantly here with their original MetroRail and their hand-picked politicians, how come it's so bad here that they had to pick up and move to California?
Yep, all their executives are living the high life in a nice place, and they don't want to live down here either. So
excellent point. They got the nerve to be giving us lectures about businesses relocating here. In the meantime, they pick up and just abandon this town and move to California. Excellent point.
Thank Thanks a lot, Neil.
Have
Bye.
a great day. Talk about a bunch of hypocrites. Like the one guy says, sales tax is good if you people have to pay it. If the Herald has to pay it on advertising revenue, then it's bad. How do you like that? And it's okay for them to relocate and to abandon this town and move out there to headquarters for Night Ritter to California. But, these other people that are doing it, that's because we don't have more transportation. I've read all those articles about why businesses and business people don't want to relocate here from other parts of town. It's a sewer, baby. It's a toilet. It's got nothing to do with, most of those people have cars. I hate to break the news to the people up there. Most of those people, most of those guys in suits that work for those companies, they don't ride the bus. I know that comes as a great shock to you people over there at the Herald. Most of those guys with their $500 suits on, with their $2,000 goddamn Italian tailor-made suits, don't ride the frickin' bus. So you can put a goddamn bus on every street corner, including one inside Tom Fiedler's, and it still ain't going to bring those people down here. Because guess what? Where are they going to go when they get on the bus? And very appropriately, by the way, the Pope this morning, I saw on CNN, says that hell is not a place. It's a state of being. It's not an actual place, which proves the Pope doesn't remember Miami. Oh! Because I know he's been here. Just ask Greg Budell. Here's Palmetto Bay. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Remember that guy that called yesterday about the Miami Herald, that they delivered it on Monday and Wednesday when he wasn't supposed to get it?
Right, that's right. Complimentary copies so you can read our propaganda, right.
Same thing happened to me.
How do you like that?
That fact notwithstanding.
What a coincidence.
My wife and I and our 21-month-old daughter are getting ready to get in the van and we're going to vote.
No.
That's right.
Great.
Have a great day.
Make sure your daughter votes 2 or 3 times.
She will.
Okay.
Bye.
Well, she's got an excuse. She's too young. She don't know the difference. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Congratulations to Luann Winnick, by the way, our WIOD MVP for the month of June. Even though the rest of us had these great ratings, just keep in mind,
I just can't stand that.
she's the one that's got this great sales department put together, the one that has fistfights down on the second floor this morning, Lee Cutler and Gary Sarner. And some big fat tabelard running around over to Radio Amor looking for another job, so he must read the handwriting on the wall. Or maybe somebody write it to him. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello?
Neil,
Yes, sir.
I am Puerto Rican and I hate the Herald. And I vote, and I hate the people that is going to vote the yes. And Neil,
Are you voting today, sir?
I could have voted no.
No.
Neil,
Yes.
why do you make the fat rich wear the private Ryan binoculars?
What is it?
Why do you make the fat rich wear the private Ryan binoculars at the racetrack?
It's
They're going to hurt his neck. They're going to hurt his neck.
part of his uniform, pal. Okay. Okay, get a new act. 5670560. I thought what's his name had left already, Ted Snell. That was Ted doing an accent. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless. Oh, here's the famous Woody Graber. Now we got 2 ponytails. Jeff Cohen is sitting here with one in a room, and now we got one on the phone.
Ah, I got it long distance to him. Hey, are you eating some of Jeff's food?
Yeah.
Ah, good.
In fact, I'm starting to get a little rumble down under already. Oh, man. Woo.
Yeah, well, every so often you need a good cleansing, you know?
Mm-hmm. Right. It'll do it for you.
I'm just getting ready to go to the polls down here.
Yes, Woody?
And vote a resounding no as many times as I can.
Great.
You know, this is ridiculous what they're trying to do, and, we can't put up with it.
Yeah. Now, what about the South Beach crowd? Are any of them sober enough to go and vote today?
Probably not.
Oh.
You know.
Probably just as well.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't know what they were voting for. They always say yes.
Yeah, the polls close up at 7 tonight. That's right. They always say yes to anything.
Yeah.
Polls close at 7. They won't even be awake by then. Okay, nice job, Woody.
All righty, you take care.
Okay, you too. Clean up your act. Okay, Woody Graber there, who's really been Woodstock. 56705. In fact, he's probably the one that set the fire up there. 5670560. Pound 560 on the AT&T line. Can you believe we're just getting going now? We just got lunch in here. We're just getting into the swing of this thing, and we got to get out of here in 36 minutes for some stupid goddamn baseball game. Does anybody care about that? No. The Marlin game. And you know something? I think Hank and I both should be he just got it for the previous month, but we still should get it simultaneously for getting big numbers like this in spite of the Marlin games. In the middle of our daytime schedule. Somebody asked Hank yesterday, calls in, well, how did you do as compared to the Marlins? I mean, are you people crazy? Are you kidding me? Hank's got more people listening in 5 minutes before he even wakes up at the beginning of the show there every day than the Marlins have got all year. The hell are you people talking about? The frickin' Marlins. Disgrace. Even Joe and Dave would say that, I'm sure, and probably the Bookster also would puke his guts out just thinking about the audience that they got. You could fill in a phone booth. There are college students that have packed more people in a phone booth than we got listening to the Marlin game. And we're still kicking ass. Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hello, how you doing, Neil?
Great.
All right. Listen, I got introduced to you by a friend, and I'm glad I always listen to you. I'm unable to vote because I'm not a citizen yet, but my brothers and sisters, they are voting no.
No. Excellent.
No.
How many you got, 40 or 50?
Pardon?
I say how many you got, a couple?
No, just 3.
Well, you better get busy.
They're voting no, and I already did my part, call all my friends to tell them to vote no, 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 no.
Nice going, amigo.
All right.
And have a great day.
You too.
Okay. Hey, listen, I got news for you. I got a surprise for the mayor. All the people who are going to come in on a banana boat today, we're going to give them a green card and a registration card, take them right down there immediately to vote.
No.
How do you like that? Mister, I never met an illegal alien I didn't like. Huh? How do you like them apples? Oh, it's our people. How about all the people in Dade County? Not just one special ethnic group. How about being the mayor of all the people in Dade County? The white ones, the dark ones, the light ones, the brown ones, the in-between ones? You phony, pandering piece of turd. Even Mandich is pissed off about him.
You turd.
Exactly.
Alan Box was a normal man with a wife, children, a summer home in Opelika, and a chain of radio stations. Well, normal that is until just 3 weeks ago.
Hi, honey. How was your day?
Unbelievable. Terminal. There's nothing but subhuman douchebags out there.
Alan Box is suffering from Neil Rogers disease.
Have you canceled the Miami Herald yet?
But, honey, we don't subscribe to the Herald.
Oh, now that's a cop-out. What kind of a lame excuse is that? Just say no to El Herald, sir.
Huh?
People afflicted with Neil Rogers disease have lost the ability to communicate like normal human beings.
What's the matter with you?
Blue-haired old bags from Pembroke Pines. You know, the yentas who say, "Oh, Neil, how can you say those nasty things?" Running around stealing sweet and low.
Can I get you anything?
How about those bag boys at Winn-Dixie? You know, it doesn't hurt to look. Incredible.
Neil Rogers disease, a growing South Florida epidemic. Please help us find a cure.
Honey, it's Friday night. You know what that means.
Hey, you know what I got? A 9. A 9! What's Lee Fowler got? 3 point something?
Send your tax-deductible contributions today in care of Hot 105.
Terminal. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. That's what I said. 12:01 at 560 WQAM. Here comes Chris Blockhead, our favorite friend. There he is. He's ready for some more nice free lunch. I'll tell you one thing. That's the way we win over even the people that hate us like poison in this building, at least during lunchtime, is the free lunch. 567-0560, pound 560 on a mobile one line, as we're getting precariously closer to that Marlins game. Please, please vote early. Vote often. You got till 7 o'clock tonight. Just say no to these liars, please. Once in your life, give them a big resounding defeat and let them know you're not quite as stupid as they think you are. Here's a lady in Miami. Hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, ma'am.
Great job. We voted. Everybody I've talked to is voting no.
No. Great.
We've been handing out circulars.
I can barely hear you.
I said we've been handing out circulars for the last 2 or 3 nights, and we only met 3 people, and one of them was a Metro bus driver that's going to vote yes.
Uh-huh.
And yesterday in the mail, we received this real slick brochure, all in color, from the people that want to pass this tax. And all along, they've been saying they were going to have 20,000 jobs in 20 years.
Yeah,
right?
now it's 7,000 or something like that.
No. 100,000 jobs.
Oh, 100,000.
100,000 jobs. Now, how did this happen overnight?
It's called desperation.
Right.
The more desperate you are, the more you have to lie.
Right. And I really hope that the people get out there and vote. When I voted, I asked if there had been a lot of people voting, and they said yes.
Really?
So
if we can get a big turnout, that's all we need to know. Believe me when I tell you, that's the only thing. You won't even have to count them at that point. If we can get more than 25, if we can get 30% or more, this thing is going down in flames.
Right.
And they know that.
And we thank you for all of your help, Neil.
You bet. Have a great day, sweetheart.
Bye-bye.
Good job. How do you like that? We want more spy reports, baby. We could be doing this right up till 2. Hank could be doing it all afternoon, and we would, except for some stupid-ass ball game. I bet you the mayor's a big Marlins fan today. Oh, yeah. I bet you he and his cronies down there, including that old Puerto Rican ex-mayor of Miami, Maurice Ferré, I bet you they're sucking wind with the goddamn Marlin game today. They're so excited about it. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Pretty good, sir.
You're doing a great job, man.
Yes, I am.
Hey, let me tell you this. I think that the mayor should hold up a sign between the borderline of Georgia and Florida, holding up a sign that says, abandon all hope, ye who enter.
Yeah.
And you know what? There's another thing. I don't know why the mayor is doing this crap. You know what they should do? I think we should go into Joe Robbie Stadium, or whatever, PP Park, whatever the hell they call it now.
Yeah.
And
Pro
have
Penny Stadium.
Yeah, and have a voting there. Have a voting there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And, you're doing a great job.
I think what we ought to do is build a boxing ring at Pro Penny Stadium.
Exactly.
And let Gary Sarner or Lee Cutler, whoever won the bout down in our sales department, take on the mayor, go 15 rounds.
That's right. And to hell with everybody in the Herald, baby.
Amen.
That's right.
God bless you,
You
pal.
too.
All right, just say
No.
to the Herald. Know what they said in that bit I just played? Huh?
Uh-huh.
That's why I played it. By the way, I can't wait till tomorrow. I know this has got nothing to do with what we're talking about today, but this, I've mentioned this before. My new doctor, well, I mean, I've got several doctors. I don't want Dr. Mark to get upset, but, there's nothing wrong with having like 20 or 30 doctors. Comes in handy. So my homocysteine levels, if you're a little bit upset that you're a little bit too homocysteine, even an old homo like me, my homocysteine in 3 months went from 15 down to 10, which is, they like it to be underrated, but nevertheless, that's a dramatic drop. That's great. Folic acid, that anti-homocysteine formula. And where did I get all this information? And my cholesterol went down after getting rid of those statin drugs, that Pravachol, thanks to Kilmer McCulley's book. The best book, if I could recommend to anybody who's got a weight problem, a diabetes problem, a cholesterol, or worried about cholesterol, the greatest damn book in the history of the human race, The Heart Revolution by Kilmer McCulley, MD. It's on HarperCollins. It's a hardcover book, but believe me, how much was this? $24. The best $24 you'll invest in your life. In fact, I think this book is going to save my life. I'm not exaggerating by that. That's how important this is. Straighten you out, give you some real information as opposed to what the medical establishment and your government give you, all the hysteria about cholesterol. Like he says, the only cholesterol that contains extra oxygen atoms is harmful to arteries. The kind you'll find like in spray dried eggs, like in cookies and cakes and stuff like that. Let me just read one sentence from this brilliant book. He says, it goes on about low cholesterol diet is filled with highly processed low-fat crackers and low-fat desserts that actually contain more damaging oxycholesterol, which is the only bad kind, and fewer nutrients than a diet containing fat. He says, essentially, this is a prime example of why the low-fat, low-cholesterol diet doesn't work in reducing heart disease. In fact, it increases your chances of getting the disease. Please buy this book, The Heart Revolution by Kilmer McCulley, MD. It is great. Even my homo level is going down. How do you like that? Here's a lady in Hialeah. Hello.
There you go. Hello, Neil.
Yes?
Neil, this is the black voice of Miami. I spoke to you the other day about no, no, no.
Yes?
I have a good example for you of why Miami remains the capital of fraudulent voting.
Yes?
I went to the polls in Hialeah this morning. They said in the Miami Herald, it has a quote, that from now on, when you go to the polls, you should take your driver's license along with your voter's registration. When I got there, my husband and I both handed them both pieces of ID. They didn't even look at the driver's license. We were the only two in there showing a piece of ID. Everybody just walking up and just giving them the voter's registration card. I see why they always end up with a situation like what happened.
Dead people voting and non-existent people
That's
voting.
right.
And that's the way they like it, too.
And the Miami Herald has it printed right here. Laws now require voters to show a photo ID.
Mm-hmm.
It's not happening, Neil. And don't be surprised if you see the yes win tomorrow because of this. Anybody can walk in there with a voter's registration card and just vote and walk out.
Welcome to our foreign country, sweetheart.
Okay.
Good luck. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for the bad news. 8 minutes past noon at 560 WQAM. Did we find out, by the way, what time we got to be out? I mean, I don't really care. I'm so upset about this whole Marlin business. It's almost worse than that Barzini business.
No, we're going to make it up.
What do you mean?
We'll go out when we're good and ready. 12:35, 1 o'clock.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're staying on till 2. How do you like that?
Oh!
Just out of protest to this putrid Marlin crap. I think it's about time this station got its priorities together again, okay? And I got news for you. The reason we had these great ratings in this last book that came out yesterday, was it because of the Marlins?
No.
No. It was in spite of the Marlins. The reason people can actually get paid on this station sure ain't because of the Marlins. It's in spite of the Marlins and those millions of dollars that Greg Reed is peeing away into John Henry's pocket so he can have his 165-foot yacht up there in Juneau, Alaska.
WQAM presents the Wolfpack Orchestra with a special appearance.
What was that? What was that?
Mistake. Oh, the auto log doesn't separate them when it's a goofy game.
But I was trying to say.
No.
Oh. Sorry. Now we're all screwed up. I can't believe we just lost control of the show. We just lost control of the whole show. I'm playing the wrong bit because I wanted to play.
No. And now, a public service announcement.
As the representative of the IACC, the International Association of Colon Cowboys, we ask the citizens across America to donate whatever you can to start an alternative club to the Boy Scouts of America. But Pirates of the Caribbean will give young men an opportunity to experience the fun and camaraderie of exciting outdoor activities such as sailing, camping, and my favorite, weenie roasting. Give them a chance. Give what you can. Thank you.
You're welcome. 12 minutes past noon at 560 WQAM. We got that ball game coming up in just a few minutes now, man. Get on the edge of your seat and start yelling. No. Yeah, it'll be good practice, both for the Marlins and the election. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
Great.
I am from South Beach area, and then the precincts, I voted no this morning, and they said that the flow of traffic was pretty good.
Really?
Yeah, they said it was pretty good. I was surprised. There were a few people there, and then I thought, well, it's kind of a late hour already, and I kind of thought people would be at work. But, I wanted to tell you something. They had Sperheim on TV on an old file film going back to 79 this morning.
Right.
I really wish they'd run this thing a couple times earlier in the week instead of at 11 o'clock this morning. And they showed him predicting 202,000 writers from the start and going upward from there.
Right.
In reality, they showed the numbers today are 47,000.
Yeah. And this is after almost 20 years.
Yeah, and this hypocrite comes on and says, oh, there's no doubt about it. The system is a disaster. He says it's horrendous, but I still want the people to vote for another penny tax today so we can correct it. Is he crazy?
Oh, my God.
It's just, it's ludicrous. I have to ask you something else. I live on the beach, and I'm always on MacArthur Causeway. That little tiny train that goes over to the Miami Herald building to drop off their employees, you know what I'm talking? There's nobody ever on the darn thing. I'd like to know how much they're making from this. I mean, they were showing the losses today on TV. It is just
staggering.
It's staggering.
And the taxpayers are already paying. This is what they got to remember. They are already paying through the nose their tax money to subsidize this disaster, this self-described disaster that Merritt Steerheim and Maurice Ferré and all these other slugs who have been around here for 20 years that they peddled to us 20 years ago, and now they want us to give more money so they can do it again.
It's absolutely amazing.
You have to be out of your mind to vote yes for this thing. You have to be a masochist.
Well, I think what they're hoping is that the illiterate people who they've fooled in the past will come back out again today and get fooled again. And you know what? It really is a 15% increase. And I want to thank you for pointing out that I think it was yesterday or the day before that Penelas was blasting Brayman for being the rich man. Where you're right, he holds no candle next to Mickey Arison.
That's right.
And Penelas is on that.
The Arison make Norman Brayman look like a welfare recipient. That's the comparison.
That's the truth. And I'll tell you, if this thing passes, I do enjoy going up to the Los Olas area, and I'll make all my purchases and all my entertainments on the weekends in that area and give you folks in Broward my money.
All right. Okay.
Take care.
Bring your cash to Broward. Thanks, pal. That's going to be our new slogan, all of us who live in Broward. Bring your cash to Broward if this thing passes. Yeah, Norman Brayman, there's a bad guy, huh? Just because he's got some money? Oh, and he sells cars, too. I read one of the stupid letters to the editor this morning. They had a whole bunch of them on this issue in the Herald. Pro and con. And one of the letters attacking Norman Brayman. Well, of course, he doesn't want any more MetroRail because he sells cars. And, do you think that Norman Brayman is going to sell one less car if they build 6,000 miles of MetroRail?
No.
No. See, I know it comes as a great shock to you, but anybody who lives here who's got a brain and can afford it, I'm not talking about Corvettes and NSXs, I'm talking about even like a little beat-up old brown Corolla. Those people have got enough brains to realize you must have a car to survive in this town. If you're absolutely desperate, you have to use the buses. Good luck to you. We wish you all the luck in the world. And, you know, maybe you don't do a lot of schlepping around here and there like some of the older people. But generally speaking, this is not ever going to be a mass transit kind of a town. It's a car town, period. And as Richard Friedman pointed out yesterday morning when he called his show, there are $11 billion plus that they've already got earmarked that's going to be spent for new highway construction and renovation of existing highways. It's already a done deal. That's going to happen regardless. They don't bother telling you that. No, they act like, oh, gee, if you don't do this, like this thing in the Herald yesterday, if that doesn't convince you that desperate future, too, this gloom and doom projection that they've made of what's going to happen if you vote no. The economy declines, the tax base withers, poverty worsens, and parts of this once vibrant community take on the look and feel of a third world backwater. Boy, yeah, like I said, they haven't looked out the window much. They live in their little ivory tower over there at One Herald Plaza. And what have the people at the Herald done over these last 20 years and the last 30 and 40 years for the poor bastards living in Overtown and some of the other rundown parts of Dade County and in Lemon City and all those areas? What have they done? Anything that we can think of? No. Just try to sell you a bill of goods over and over again and tell you how great they are. Just listen to us. Westchester, hello. Oh, there. Telltale, that sound is back. How do you like that? I think it's a commie plot, and that's because Castro's in favor of this tax. Do you hear that? That was from Westchester. That's a Fidel Castro set-up call, and that was a warning that he wants you to vote yes. So if you like Castro, go out there and vote yes. If you hate Castro, vote no. And make sure all your friends vote.
No.
He likes it. And the tax, too. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello? Mobile in Miami. Going once. Long gone. Here's another mobile in Miami. Hello? What just happened? Don't tell me the whole phone is all screwed up now.
Neil?
Yes, sir.
Oh, can you hear me?
I hear you. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Sounds just like
I wanted to call and tell you what a great job you're doing.
Okay.
Also, while I was on hold, I passed two great examples of how our tax money's spent. You know those signs, those digital signs over I-95 as you get to the Golden Glades?
Yeah.
They've been up there since 1994, and have you ever seen them work?
No.
Also,
I'm glad you mentioned that, because in most other urban areas they have all those signs on all the overpasses. You know.
Right.
No information here.
Even Orlando has them working. How do you like that?
How do you like that is right. Even a bunch of rednecks like that can get it working.
Yeah. Also, on a side note, Tom Likas ought to be thanking you for his ratings.
Yeah.
He talks about the ratings all the time and religion, and it seems like whatever you're talking about, he's talking about it that night.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem to be working too well. Have a great day, pal.
All right, you too.
Thanks.
Bye.
It's working well for us. But like I've said, material's always better the first time around. Ain't that right, Paul Castronova?
Uh-huh.
And by the way, next time we have a major ballot issue in this town, let's have the great political gurus like Footy and Paul Castronova do the smart thing, and that is stick to their juvenile humor, okay? And stop trying to be political curmudgeons here. Don't know their ass from their goddamn elbow. Here's Homestead. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I wonder if Fatson was going to vote today, you know, because that was very pathetic what he did with the mayor. He was sucking up to the mayor, you know, big time.
Who?
I wanted Fatsanovo on 94.
Yeah.
I wanted to see, you know.
Fatsanovo, he probably lives in Broward County anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So what? He doesn't care. He's not going to have to pay the extra penny down here. So that was very pathetic. And another thing is that I never voted before.
Yeah.
But after listening to you, hey, I got my registration on hand, and I'm going to vote today, and that's going to be huge no. I want to tell everybody out there, don't let these people, let's send a signal to these people that we're not going to take no crap from these people anymore.
Right.
Okay?
Nice going, pal.
All right, take care.
Vote early and often, man. Got till 7 o'clock tonight. Get online by 7 o'clock, because it's about time to tell them.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Right? No. That's the word, sweetheart. 5670560, pound 560 on a mobile one line. We got this god-awful ball game. I apologize profusely, even though I have no control over it, because if I did, we would shotgun that game in a heartbeat. That thing would be history, dead meat. Nothing we can do, though, because we got to make sure John Henry gets all his publicity, and all his cash, so we can get a 300-foot yacht and go up there to Juneau, Alaska. Do you know what I mean?
The story that rocked Palm Beach in the world.
Uncle Ted, dude, throw on some boxer shorts, let's cruise our bar, and rage with some babes. Excellent.
Power, money, women, and poontang.
Uncle Ted, dude, let's use our infamous last names to impress these babes and do the wild thing at the compound. No way, Bill. Yes way, Ted. Excellent.
They're rich. They're powerful. They like to swim naked. William Kennedy Smith and Ted Kennedy in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, Part 2, The Next Genitalia.
Excellent!
Coming soon to a theater near you. Rated X for excellent.
Yeah, Castronova lives in Lighthouse Point. Last time I checked, that's way up there in Broward County. Nowhere near Dade County. Of course, I live in Broward, too. Yet I take an interest in all the things that are going on in this town. I've been here long enough to understand the lies in the D.C. And thanks to Tom in our listening audience who sent me maybe one of the most important faxes ever, because it's easy to forget these things because they slide them by real quickly, and they do it all the time anyway. It says, all the apathetic voters should remember to vote on the new arena, the Arison Arena. Up until around 9 or 10 o'clock on that night, the arena, and he's absolutely right, the arena vote was losing by some 5,000 to 10,000 votes, and then miraculously, all the TV stations said, whoops, we had the numbers reversed, and ladies and gentlemen, approval was assured, et cetera, and so on. How do you like that? I'll never forget that. I'm watching all night long, and the vote was, no. That was the one where if you were for it, you voted no, and you were against it, you voted yes. And then the media said, oh, well, we were just confused, we got it backwards. And an election where the issue was losing all night long, all of a sudden, whoops, let's flop it around. It's winning. I think that's the biggest question we got here today. Not only is what are the actual numbers going to be, but can we really have an honest election in Dade County? Without dead people voting, without people who aren't registered voting, without people voting twice and 3 and 5 times, without having the votes turned around, upside down, without having a lot of phony votes coming in the last hour to turn it whatever way they want. I got news for you. If you trust the politicians in Dade County, then by all means go out and vote yes. If you trust them with more of your tax money and you're willing to fork it over to them and trust them to do what they promised to do, then by all means go out and vote yes. If you got half a brain, if you got a little tiny one and a brain too, then you got to vote no. You got to vote no. Because, that old saying about fool me once and I'm an asshole, fool me twice and I'm a major one, or something like that, however that goes. How could any person in its right mind possibly get sucked in by these broken promises and lies, especially when they stand up there, Maurice Ferré, Ferré, and these others, and tell you right into your face, and the Herald as well, about this white elephant, this enormous boondoggle, this flop, this miraculous flop, the MetroRail, that every day of your lives, if you live in Dade County, is costing you money to subsidize the losses. And they brag about it like, oh, well, now we got to make it right. Now, if you just give us another $260 or $70 million a year, now we'll make it right. Right. We believe that, don't we? No, we don't, because you got a brain bigger than a pinball. And I'm embarrassed and disgraced by people like Castronova and Footy and these other these little leaguers get on the air here and allow themselves to be used and manipulated for fun and profit because they haven't got a goddamn brain of their own, or don't have the cojones to, take on the establishment here. You got till 7 o'clock, baby. You got till 7 o'clock, 6.5 hours to go out there and make a difference for once in your life. The poll there on Channel 7 last night, 24% said yes, 76% said no. How can they be that far off? How can they be that wrong? And that woman in the precinct in Surfside this morning, talking to the bimbo on Channel 7, every single one of the people that came in there said no. They had voted no. You got to do it, because if you just sit back and think it's automatically going to happen, guess what? They'll pull the same crap again that they have over and over again. If it's even close, if it's within breathing distance, they'll find the votes. They'll find the dead people. They'll find the banana boat people. They'll get what's his name, Bert Hernandez. They'll let him out of jail for a few hours. They'll have another 30, 50,000 votes, whatever they need, before you can say fraud. So don't forget, whatever you do, just say
no.